Hey guys, Mr. Awesome AMG here. I know I haven't posted anything in a while. That's because I only try to post things that I do well with in tournaments or something, and I haven't been out, of course. But I went to SuperGames today in a long time. First time going any Yu-Gi-Oh event since Nationals, and well, Nationals was not good for me, even though it was fun. I just actually won SuperGames tournament with Nurse Brain. Entered the 1 o'clock tournament, got eliminated, but that was fine. It was good. I got like drolled 4 times, ashed once, and the deck still performs under that. It's quite surprising. Yeah, first time ever winning Super Games. I've only ever split in top 4, so it's pretty sweet. The biggest things to this deck is to try to bait out, is just watch out for Ash and Droll. Those are your biggest problems. Droll, kind of even more. But right now the deck's in a good spot, so yeah. And I won half the die rolls today. I won the die rolls in finals, essentially. I lost the die rolls in Swiss. I even got like 11, the other guy got 12. But yeah, so it was 14 people here, and I got, let's see, 4. I think my first record was like 2-2 or 3-2 or 3-1, 2-2 or 3-1, and then I won the next 3 top 8 duels. So it was either 5-2 or 6-2 or 6-1, 5-2 or 6-1. But yeah, here's the deck. You play triple this. You can search this with the spell, so pretty great. I will say this is similar to some of the decks I've seen on, and very similar to the one to the ARG a while ago. I believe, unless it's a different ARG video, but yeah, I haven't found anything better. I mean, I haven't looked extensively, but this works really well. Ixchel, I got 2 for 15, and this one for like 20 or something, so I was able to afford this. Quite nice. Now these are my tech cards. Most people play the Kaiju guy, Raiden, I think, and the guy I watched played the ARG one. This got modeled after, played Change Strike, and you know, that was fine and all, but I found when you're using burn damage, I mean Change Strike, it's trying to get you 2,000 to 2,400 max, and it's more consistent to just play another the Paths of Destiny, because that's guaranteed 2,000. So I was like, well, I don't know, after I really thought about that, and so I was just like, well, I'm not going to use that for burn damage, and then eventually got to this, so I played 1, now I'm playing 2, because it's a dark, and it's a Dark Lord, so I can allure this, that's 3 cards, and then I can Ixchel, so 3 Ixchels, and then 3 of the banishment that searches Ixchels, so I have 6 hard cards, these in allure, that can utilize this, and then 9 in total that have potential to utilize this guy. And yes, you know, you can get situations where Demise doesn't work out great, but honestly, I'd rather banish this or discard this than get rid of a Nurse, or be able to have this and banish or discard this with Ixchel, because I had 3 Dark Lords, get rid of these, and then just be able to search or keep a Nurse. Because you can't win without Nurse. I mean, you can, but you know what I mean. So yeah, so that was my tech card. It's consistency. I side it out sometimes, but yeah, I like it. It makes it more consistent in my opinion. So 8 monsters. The spells is really where it gets worked on. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 22 spells that are all focused on draw. You also have these 3 that are draw cards, so it's like 25 draw cards, and then plus these 2, these 5 are synergy, so like 30 cards in the deck are synergistic with draw. 3 of these, I put this first because it's Ixchel, so it kind of belongs with the Dark Lords. Yeah, it's your Nurse, so you can get, if you open 3 traps that equal 8,000, 9,000, then you just search this and sort of win. You can just search this if you're going to allure. I mean, yeah, I think it's self-explanatory, but yeah, I mean, this card's really great. The next 3 card. Everybody's playing Desire. It's the trend, I guess, but Desire's pretty freaking amazing. I don't even know if it might have got ashed once, but there's so much draw in here, you can really just bait out. Like, one guy ashed my banishment, and I was just trying to search Nurse to summon and bait out stuff, but Yeah, you have so much search, sometimes it works out really well. Next we play Triple Demise. I mean, it's a draw 3. Like, you can't special summon and you can't do damage, so I did have a duel where I had a Kaiju, I Kaiju'd his Masterpiece. Because, yeah, he had that out. Thank goodness, Dryden Span. But anyways, had this, couldn't use it because of Kaiju, so yeah, but also discards your hand, and if you have this, you only draw 2, but you're still drawing 2 for like nothing, so it's okay. This is your third draw, well, your fourth technically, draw 2 card. Utilizes all of those, so it's really good. It really, really is good. It's a solid Ash too, but nobody does it. I don't know. Duality, this is the 5th best spell I have in here. Out of these, like 1, 2, 3, 5, I guess, but because this searches all of your draw 2s, or your win condition, or your demise, so it's good, works great with side deck. The 6th best spell, Magical Mallet. Now, I originally thought this sucked in an older Nurse Burn variants, like a year ago when I thought I might have been able to make it to Worlds or whatever. I was like, well, this could work, this Nurse Burn. Found out gaining life points to change a duel is kind of illegal there, so I didn't end up doing it. I looked that up online. Anyways, this card seems like it sucks, but it doesn't. For example, imagine you have these 2. Now, usually I won't do this all the time because Ash Droll shuts you down, but at least you get to draw. Let's say you have these 2 set. You activate this, you draw 3 cards, okay? 1, 2, 3. Let's say those 3 cards were all traps and you can't utilize them or they're bad. Use this, shuffle them back, and draw a new 3. The thing is there, you just drew 6 cards. Like, you had 6 cards of draw power. So this card, and if you open a bunch of traps, it's really good. It can double your draw power, or, you know, I drew 5 from here, well, let me draw 5 more. I've drawn 10 this turn type thing. This card, it's Upstart, and this is Upstart. You can actually burn them for 1,000 with this card. Sometimes I will give them 1,000, and it actually worked out. I was really not expecting it to, but it was the one time it did. It was great. I gave him 1,000. I was like, well, if I can get one more trap to burn him, one more 3,000 trap, I had 2, then I can win the game. It actually worked. So I was able just to get the Nurse. I was able to win just with that, but it can be bad, but it works with other things. And remember, these 2 can discard your hand, and this card makes you, and these 2 stop your special summoning. So discard and special summoning, you have to be aware of that when you side. Because that's kind of, your draw power is what makes your deck playable and viable, so you have to be careful of that. Next card, one guy thought it was banned, but he just got mistaken. Triple gift card. There's no real downside to playing this. Do be careful though in games 2, because it's less like in game 1. If your opponent sides in Chalice, don't activate all of them at once. I never thought about that until after today. I realized, hey, that's a problem. It never happened, but if you do all these at once, you can give them like 9,000 because they negate Nurse. But if you just do one at a time, you still have a chance, because then you burn them back next turn or something. So I don't know. You just have to worry about the little things and the big things, I guess. That was a bad statement. It doesn't matter. It's okay. Triple try and guess. I gave myself like 6,000 life points with this once, and then they got taken away because it was the only way I could win. Because I was at 25, he had 55, so I had to do it twice to stay alive. It didn't help, but it's possible. I know the other videos say that. It's amazing. Like, I don't even know how people played this deck. I didn't before this card, because it's, how would you like even win? I don't know. And before all this Nurse draw and different times, I don't know. This card at 2, this card at 3 is okay, but like, you're still going to be drawing 2 of this and this, and that's not. I mean, sure, if you get off Nurse and Upstart, that's game, but like Upstart won't even burn if you desire. So if you demise, yeah. So you have to be careful of that. And the last 2 cards are these. Nobody actually was able to hit this today. One guy, there's a really great match. I was able to get everything. I was able to get Nurse, and I summoned Nurse, and I had this set, and then I had 4 of these set, I think. I had 4 of these 3K, and then this. And then because I summoned Nurse, he couldn't save his double Galaxy Cyclones. It was Trickster for this. So he had to blind 2. So he paid 2,000 to hit 2, but then I had 6,000, so it was pretty great. Yeah, the Trickstar guy beat me in he beat me in Swiss, and then I was like, well, this would be cool. Maybe I'll beat him in the finals, and I did. So for extra deck, I would recommend just buying 3 of each of the first 5 fusions you see on like Dev Pro, but these are what I had. And then random stuff, but it's okay. I mean, it just needs to be names. And I saw one video. I don't know if this is a while ago before the ruling was like official, but somebody said you have to have each of each type. You have to have a Xyz, Synchro, and then you can have all fusions or whatever. Or you have to have at least one of each. That's not true. You just have to have an extra X. You can have 1 card if you want. Keep that in mind. And lastly, the side deck. Side deck was only 12 cards. I didn't follow the original deck profile ARG guide side deck. I just kind of did my own thing, I guess. One bad reaction, or the third. It actually, people play it and I never understood, like, I don't know. Everyone plays it, and it actually did work. Sided in. It was like the only card I sided out. I took out a SuperGames or something, and it worked. It worked. Regeki, Dark Hole. I'm glad Regeki's still available. I was able to Regeki what's in Ferneroids in Swiss. I got rid of his Fire King guy that negates, and then I was able to do Ixchel. Faced him in finals as well. After Swiss faced him in finals as well, and yeah, I made a mistake in Ixchel, and he was able to negate it, but it was okay. I did lose that game. That was game 2, but I won game 1 and won the dice roll, so it was okay. So I was won game 3, and that was the final match. Galaxy Cyclone. This is a bit tricky because you give up 1,000 life points, and I was like, what if I just play MST? I don't know. I guess I'm just going with the crowd here because banishes, so maybe that could have some relevance. Like if the guy faced, he would have had double MST, he wouldn't have lost. But for things like the Trickster card and just random things like pendulums, you don't want to be doing it. So I guess it's right. The other guy, the ARG, he played Twin Twister, but I just stuck with this. Maxi sided this in against the Zodiac Draco player. I think I was in Swiss, and that might have been, or 1 o'clock tournament, might have been 4. Did it on a HammerCon, and it helped because I was able to minimize things. I don't know, field presence, I guess. This guy, that lost me the match against that same guy. Because I summoned it, I drew it, and I was like, yes, get rid of that masterpiece. And then I realized, hey, well, it would have been better if I saved this and just demise and try to draw into something. But yeah, and that was the same guy. I was in 1 o'clock tournament, and he like drolled 4 or 5 times and ashed me once. And the last card, Triple Battle Fader. Guy played Swiss Scarecrow. I played this, and the reason why is because it's dark, so you can allure. Yeah, I never sided in all 3, I don't think, but I would side in like this if I thought it would help me. Eventually, I learned Regeki Dark Hole doesn't work against Trickster; they just revive it. And you just have to side different things. I never really favored kaijus after that 1 o'clock match, and these things could help. These could help in case he drolled me and I need to survive. In fact, in like the finals, the guy he drolled me after I desired because I was like, well, I feel like I should do it. I should desire, and I did. Even though if it ashed, it was the worst play, but he didn't, so I drew like cards, and I actually set nothing, played nothing after that because he drolled, and then I think I came back and won that duel, but I know I won the match. But, so yeah, so this is my first time winning at SuperGames. Stoked. It's been like 5 years, 6 years of playing, and 2-3 years coming to SuperGames or something. Finally won. I got $25 store credit, so that was nice. And yeah, I mean, overall, great day. SuperGames seems to have diminished, and service seems to have gotten a little bit worse. But anyways, yeah. NetDeck, have fun. Mr. Awesome AMG signing out.